Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Rich Clark and I've been a hypnotherapist for the last 9 years, and I've also been a holistic therapist for the last 15 years. So as I talk about fears and phobias, and I talk about the fears and phobias, the top 100 in the world, I'm going to carry on this series and I'm going to talk about the fear of fear. The fear of fear is called phobophobic. So it's actually phobophobia, that's how it's said. So what is the word phobophobia? Originates from the Greek word meaning phobos, which means fear. The fear of fear-phobia is often linked to nosophobia, the fear of getting sick, or agoraphobia, which is the fear of being able to escape the fear of wide open spaces. So, as well as claustrophobia, which is the fear of small enclosed spaces, mainly phobophobic individuals fear embarrassing themselves or have an anxiety attack which starts getting interlinked with specific situations or circumstances. So as a hypnotherapist, we deal with this a lot because people can have some issues where they have phobias or the fear of actually what people will think about them. So this phobophobia is a very self-limiting and self-replicating phobia, and it's number 37 in the 100 list, in that the sufferer already might have one or more existing phobias but continues to fear developing more. Conversely, this is also true. A person may not be having any established phobia, but may still continue to develop a fear of getting one that may entail curtailing their daily activities. So, what is the cause of this phobophobia? So the causes are stated, what I've already mentioned. Phobophobia is the fear of fear is very real. People with existing anxiety disorders have an increased risk of developing phobophobia. As other phobias, phobophobia also originates from a panic disorder. Panic is an onset of sudden, unreasoning or hysterical fear. Typically, nothing is in one's external environment triggers such a phobia. It's usually only the internal thought process that stimulates it. So then, what it is, an event then actually causes the root cause of most phobias. So the symptoms of the fear of fear-phobia. Phobias are never conscious, rather they are embedded deep into one's psyche. Hence, hypnotherapy is very good because it changes the subconscious and into one's psyche and continues to cripple the sufferers for months or years until treatment is sought. As stated above, anxiety and panic attacks are the most common symptoms of this phobia, but it can also include dry mouth, nausea, uncomfortable sweating, trembling or shaking, the trying to flee, flight or flight, crying, screaming or other hysterical behaviour, or increased heart rate and a shortage of breath. An internal movie plays in the phobic's mind. They might get visions of death, dying or experiencing dread or terror when they have this fear of something. The phobic tends to avoid anxiety but ends up becoming so anxious about it that it becomes a vicious cycle. Their mind loses a battle against anxiety. Such panic attacks per se are not dangerous, but the person feels it's like they're having a heart attack or an angina attack. It's quite common. So, the treating of phobophobia. When left untreated, phobophobia can escalate rapidly out of control. The person may turn to drugs or other substance abuse, or suicide is often common in such individuals. Professional therapists like hypnoanalysis are some of the most effective ways of treating phobophobia. Other phobias can be overcome using self-help methods, but in case of fear of phobia, it is best to seek professional help. The key is to learn to relax when an anxiety attack sets in. Now, some therapists advocate the use of calming drugs and antidepressants for this purpose. However, if many of these medications have terrible side effects, one can instead opt for homeopathic treatment, and that recommends herbs like St. John's wort, chamomile and lavender for soothing anxiety and depression, which is what I mentioned earlier in another video when I'm talking about depression. Lavender and chamomile are very good for soothing, and they are very good to have an essential oil and when you go to sleep if you deal with night terrors. Also very good if you want to have a calming environment, if you've got a deadline or anything, is having an essential oil blend, if you can do that when you're working from home. And the other thing is this, online as well as face-to-face support groups have been quite beneficial for helping phobophobics. These may not have the same effect as professional therapies, but they can help take one's comfort in the fact that they are doing not alone in the fight against phobophobia. So if you are having this issue of the fear or worried about getting anxiety, or you're worried about depression or any of these things, please, I offer free consultations, and obviously if after that free consultation we look at a program, then we can always work out what we can do as that practice. Now, to get in contact with me, as this is a video, this is on many different social media platforms, so LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok and Instagram, and Facebook. If you message me on any of them, I will message you back within a certain allotted time. And then also, you can email me by richclarkcoach@gmail.com. And my website at the moment is under construction, but however, that I can still, when I do a free consultation, that is all would be done remotely via Zoom. There's nothing for you to worry about, and that is the way we can help you. So even if you do a free consultation with you, I can give you some techniques, self-help techniques, to help you calm that down if you can't afford the actual main treatment at first. So anyway, until then, I shall speak to you soon.